AJ Hawk is joining us, and he has become an incredibly talented prognosticator whenever it comes to NFL games. Can you turn that thing just a little bit this way? And whammy.
Attaboy Fox.
Baby Foxy.
Foxy. All right, AJ, let's go through these games. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I literally waited to do this until you got on here because of how hot you have been.
Sounds good, man. Let's do it.
Bengals at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are minus 11.5 at home against a Zach Taylor-led team without Joey Burrow, who has had successful surgery on his knee with all of his injuries. He'll be back hopefully next year. But the Dolphins, who aren't sure if they're starting Fitzmagic or Tua, host the Bengals, favored by 11.5. How do you see that go, AJ?
I mean, I like the Dolphins for sure. I think 11.5 sure seems like a lot. Like, how many points do you think are going to be scored total? Like, what's the over-under?
42, I believe.
Over-under is 42.5, actually. 42.5, depending upon when this screenshot was taken that we're showing on the screen right now.
Shit.
So they're expecting a 21-21 game. That's what they're thinking. 3 scores each side. What do you think?
I like the Dolphins to win, but I'm not super confident that they'll cover 11.5. Is that right?
So you like the Bengals plus 11.5?
Yeah.
Look at you getting into the
All
game.
right.
Okay, so I just
I
circled.
don't like the Bengals. For betting terms, yes. That's why my brain doesn't work this way. You say I like the Bengals. No, I like the Dolphins to win, and then whatever else you want to do with the points and all that, do whatever you want.
How do you? Well, that's not how this goes.
Dude.
It's
Okay.
2020, dude. You see this thing right here, bro? This is literally a gambling website that you are gambling on. You can pick the Dolphins to win straight up. The odds are going to be terrible. Put that thing back up there, Zito, please. You can bet you bet $100 and you'll win, I think, $5 off of that bet if I'm doing the math right in this entire thing. So it's hard just to say Dolphins money line. That's why the sports books are who they are. So you like the Bengals plus 11.5 in Miami with Ryan Lindsley playing quarterback?
I don't know if that's who.
Finley. All right, Browns at Titans. Titans are favored by 5.5 points. You got Nick Chubb in the Browns taking on Derrick Henry in the Titans. How do you see this game going? Do you like the Titans by 5.5 at least?
Yeah, I do. I like the Titans. This is where they shine. This is where Derrick Henry shines. I understand what the Browns do. Complements it very well. They can run the ball, sure. But I think Tannehill makes the plays needed. I think they win and they cover.
Okay, Ooh. Lions at Bears. Bears are favored somehow with Mitchell Trubisky starting over a healthy Nick Foles, hosting the Lions, who are in massive turmoil in the middle of a big turnover in the organization yet again.
So I was looking at this is an interesting game for me. I like the Lions here. I think the Lions are going to win this game. So whatever, the fact that they're an underdog, they're getting that interim head coach bump. They got Darrell Bevels stepping in. This is his first game as the interim. So, hey, it's almost a guaranteed victory, isn't it? And
a divisional game, so they know each other. The players know each other. You like the Lions straight up, which is at plus 144. Bet 100, win 140. Bet 50, win 70. Okay, that's, by the way, AJ Hawk has been very, very good at predicting underdogs to get outright wins thus far this season. This might be the one of the weekend for him. Colts are at the Texans. The Colts are favored by 3.5 points. The Texans start the game 3.5 to nothing. The Colts don't know who they're having at punter. Maybe Ryan Allen, formerly of the Patriots. Other than that, Texans, we know the deal. Colts, we don't know a lot about yet, still at this point, even though they've won some games.
I like the Colts, and I think they cover too. I think they do for sure. And to clarify, the game doesn't start like the 3.5 points. Has there ever been a half point given in an NFL game?
AJ, this is gambling.
Jeez.
This
Okay.
is
Colts are getting 89% of the money.
Oh, so the Texans.
Take the Texans.
I don't like that. I don't like that for us, but I still got to stick with my pick and take the Colts.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying, and I would normally do that as well, but I've lost thousands of dollars the last few weeks whenever I was on the same side as 80% of people. I mean, that has just happened. Jags at Vikings. Man, there's a lot of shit games, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Jags at Vikings. Vikings are favored by 10.5 at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who will be starting Skycam Mike Glennon over a healthy Gardner Minshew.
10.5 just seems like so much. I mean, the Vikings to win, yeah. I want to take the Vikings and give and think they're going to cover too, but no, I would take the Vikings. I guess in your terminology, what I'm taking the Jags at 10.5 plus 10.5.
You're taking the Vikings to win, Jags plus 10.5.
There we go.
I like the Vikings minus 10.5 because Kirk Cousins came on the show. Adam Thielen's back healthy. That's probably going to be a big win.
Hell yeah.
Raiders at Jets. Jets are getting 9 points. The Raiders, after whatever happened in Atlanta last week, are favored by 9 against potentially the worst football team to ever play in the NFL. On the road, though, for the Raiders, back-to-back trips to the East Coast. Do you think this is a bounce-back game for the Raiders? They win by more than 9.
Yeah, I think they win by more than 9 here. It has to be a bounce-back game. I mean, you're playing the Jets. If they find a way to lose to the Jets, how much do you have to hit the panic button for the Raiders?
Do you think they're potentially playing bad because they're not allowed to dance in the locker room anymore?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them dance.
Like, are they allowed to have the same energy and vibe that John Gruden likes to have with his team? Knock on wood if you're with me, man. Well, you can't knock on wood because you guys aren't at desk anymore. We're spread out in the indoor facility in the desert. We can't even do that. Maybe that whole thing is ruining and hurting John Gruden. We'll see how that turns out. Saints at Falcons. The Saints are only favored by 2.5 points. Taysom Hill starting his third game. Last week wasn't great at quarterback. Still got a win over the Broncos and, by 28 points or whatever. Saints at Falcons. Falcons 2.5. Julio Jones has not practiced all week, but I think he's going to play in this game if I read a tweet correctly. How do you see this one panning out?
So this game is very interesting to me. I like the Falcons, and I think they're going to win this game. I really do. I know it's crazy, but Taysom threw for 78 yards last week. I understand the game plan changed. You ran the ball more because they didn't have a quarterback against you. But, hey, I think they find a way. I think the Falcons' defense finds a way to shut them down a little bit and say, all right, Taysom, you beat us with your arm. Prove to us that you can win through the air. Sean
Payton is 7.5-0 with quarterbacks not named Drew Brees in the last 2 years. Okay, 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater, half a game dub with Jameis Winston, and 2 wins here with Taysom Hill. You would think at some point they're going to have to lose a game, but I'm not 100% sure this is the time. I mean, after the Falcons, I guess, beat the shit out of the Raiders, maybe they're still playing for Raheem and trying to get him the gig or whatever, but that's a wild – I'm going to stay away from this. This one seems like a line that I did not expect to be 2.5. And I think that's why I'm going to stay away from it. You like the Falcons straight up, though.
Yes, I do. And the only thing that would worry me is just how good the Saints' defense is. I hope they don't just make Matt Ryan look like he's 100 years old and get a ton of pressure on him and force him into bad throws. But, yeah, I think the Falcons can win.
In the first game in Arizona this weekend, Rams at Cardinals. The Cardinals are getting 3 points at home against the Los Angeles Rams, who just lost to the Niners. Who are also playing in Arizona on Monday night against the Bills. How do you see this one panning out? Will the Cardinals be able to play up to their potential, or do you think they lose this game?
I think the Cardinals lose this game. I think the Rams come in and win. I'm surprised the Cardinals are favorites. I know because they're at home, doesn't that give them 3
Rams
points
are favored
automatically?
by 3.
I couldn't hear a word you said because you talked during me.
Oh, the Rams are favored by 3.
Oh, the Rams are favored. Okay, I thought you said the Cardinals were favored. No, I like the Rams, and I think they definitely cover too.
Ooh,
Oh, you think big bounce back game here? Because the thing with the Rams is if you can't get pressure on Goff, he can sit back there and pick you apart. And it feels like the Cardinals defense, for whatever reason, they might have the players, but they don't get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, it feels like. So if old McVay's offense is able to run and you got time to do it, it does feel like the Rams are going to be successful on the offensive side of the ball. Will the Rams defense be able to stop Kyler? I think they have the speed to do so. I think they definitely have the speed to do so. That's how you got to look at that in my eyes. I like the Rams there as well. That might be one of my picks.
Also, Pat, one of the reasons, though, one of the reasons I like the Rams, too, is because I'm not sure that Kyler's 100%. I mean, he's definitely not 100%, but we'll see. You'll see if he can run around. I mean, he seems to still be able to throw it all right, but I don't think they're going to take any chances with him, any design QB runs if his shoulder's still hurting him a little bit.
He's got that shoulder. He's got a shoulder, you know what I mean?
Rams 5-0 against the spread, their last 5 in Arizona.
There's a dumpy nuke, too,
Get down.
5-0 against the spread in AZ. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I like the Rams. I like the Rams a lot, actually. That might become one of my picks. Giants at Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 10. Is Russell Wilson all the way back? They get a win over the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't cover, though, because of something. They can't close the damn game out. Do the Giants keep it within 10 against the Seahawks?
This one's tough for me, man. I think the Seahawks are definitely going to win. I was hesitant early to think that they're going to cover, but now I do. In the moment, I think they're going to cover.
It has moved to 11 since the news that Daniel Jones is doubtful.
What?
They definitely cover.
You think the Giants cover or the Seahawks cover?
No, I think the Seahawks win and they cover.
Okay, because Daniel Jones is out.
No, not just that. Who's going to be starting for him?
Colt McCoy.
Oh, now, man, the spread should have dropped from like 11 to 6 with Colt. Are you kidding me? Colt can sling it.
Exactly.
I don't feel as good about it, but I'm going to stick with it. They're going to win, and they're going to win by 11 or more.
Okay, Patriots at Chargers. Patriots are favored by 1 traveling to Los Angeles. There will be no traffic on the way to the game for the team buses for the Patriots. That's an obstacle you got to get out of the way because nobody's allowed to drive, walk, or even bicycle around out there. Patriots are favored against a Chargers team that seems to have the pieces if they really want to, but just can't get right for whatever reason. They just can't get right over there in L.A.
So the Patriots are favorites, which is absolutely not shocking, but it's surprising to me because I like the Chargers to win this game.
Belichick 20-6 against rookie QBs in his career.
Yeah, what's up, AJ?
I just don't know how you have any type of thought that the Chargers are going to win a game. Like, what have they done, you think, in your eyes, that's like they'll win a game, especially after Anthony Lynn tells them you got no shot at the playoffs?
Okay, I understand. And believe me, the thing that worries me is how Belichick is able to craft defenses to confuse young quarterbacks. But Justin Herbert and Joey Bosa, that's 2 of the reasons I think that they're going to win this game.
You son of a bitch.
All right, let's go to Eagles at Packers. Packers minus 8.5 at home against a Philadelphia Eagles team that just had Carson Wentz stand in front of it and tell him that he sucked. That's what Doug Peterson said. That Carson Wentz told the team that he understands he hasn't been playing well, a lot of accountability. He knows he's got to play better. Will that rally the Eagles team and Carson Wentz to play better? How do you feel about this game? Packers at home, Aaron Rodgers playing unconscious at the moment.
Yeah, he is. And I think that the Philadelphia defense is flying under the radar a little bit. I mean, they've had to find a way with their offense not being able to score points, turn the ball over so much. So I think their defense is going to be okay, but I still think the Packers find a way to win and cover.
All right, there you got it. There's AJ's pick.
Let's go.
He's got the Packers covering. He's got the Chargers outright winning. He's got the Giants he's got Seahawks minus 11. He's got the Rams covering 3. Falcons winning by just winning, I think he said. Raiders minus 9 over the Jets. Vikings plus 10.5, or Vikings minus 10.5 to cover. Colts winning. Lions, Titans, and Bengals. Let's go, AJ. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go make some money this weekend on FanDuel. Let's break FanDuel Sportsbook and take every dollar they have, pal.
I tell you what, this is you forcing me to do these picks. It's actually got me more engaged in games in the NFL. I've always been engaged, but now I'm really like, okay, I want these things to hit.
Yeah, that's why gambling is so damn good. Like there's people that are against it, obviously. There's people that don't necessarily get into it or whatever, but games are so much better whenever you have something on the line. And I only bet as much as you can win or as much as you want to win or lose, So don't be an idiot. And I think a large majority of people do that in a smart fashion. But man, whenever you got $5, $10, $50, $2,000 on a team to do something and they do it, there is nothing like the feeling of looking in the mirror and saying, you're the smartest motherfucker on earth right now. It is such a good feeling. Now, we haven't experienced a lot of that the last few weeks, I'm going to be honest, especially with the Super Boost. But this week's Super Boost, I feel very, very, very good about. It is live currently on FanDuel Sportsbook. I have a 2-team teaser if we want to put up the photo here. I have the Dolphins minus 5.5 and the Packers minus 2.5.
We have to transfer it over, so right now we have to lose AJ for a second, and now it's up.
Here we go.
There it is. All right, here we go. Here we go. And there's a Super
That's a production,
Boost from
baby.
minus 125 to plus 125. I have a 2-team 6-point teaser. Dolphins minus 5.5. Packers minus 2.5. Both those things have to hit for us to win. You bet 50, you'll win 62.50 on the other side. The Dolphins, obviously, at home against the Bengals minus 5.5. And then, obviously, the other pick on that particular one, Packers minus 2.5. There we go. At home against the Eagles, normally at 8.5 there. Thank you, Zito, for making that happen. But I feel like this is going to hit, though. The Super Boost has been
sure.
ice cold.